Welcome back to True Story. We appreciate you tuning in. Let's get right into it. The rift between a top talk show and country music icon Carrie Underwood has escalated to an entirely new level, sending shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Known for steering clear of political controversy, Underwood found herself at the center of a storm the moment she took the stage at a major presidential event. The backlash was immediate, and what started as public outrage has now transformed into a high-stakes legal battle. Underwood stood her ground, defending her performance as an expression of patriotism and unity through music. But the criticism kept mounting, with the loudest opposition coming from the show's most outspoken host, Joy Behar, who made it her mission to denounce Underwood's decision. Yet, instead of backing down, Underwood took a move no one anticipated. She's fighting back in court. She has officially filed an $800 million lawsuit against the talk show and its panel, with Behar at the center of the controversy. What began as a celebrity dispute has erupted into one of the most explosive legal battles in recent memory. Some of the most intense clashes in entertainment history have shaped the way public figures and media interact. And this one is no different. The stakes in this case couldn't be higher. Its outcome could redefine the limits of what television hosts can openly say about celebrities without consequences. The moment Carrie Underwood revealed she'd be performing at a major presidential event, the internet erupted into chaos. While many of her country music fans, particularly conservatives, rallied behind her, others were relentless in their criticism. Social media became a battlefield, with hashtags like #CancelCarrie and #Carrie supports tyranny dominating the conversation for days. Critics attacked her for associating with a controversial figure, questioning how she could preach unity while participating in an event they saw as divisive. One of the loudest voices against Underwood was none other than The View's outspoken panelist, Joy Behar. She did not mince words. During an impassioned segment on the show, Behar unleashed a fiery critique, openly questioning how Underwood could claim patriotism while, in her words, standing in support of someone accused of tearing the nation apart. Her remarks sparked even more outrage, adding fuel to an already raging firestorm. The controversy only grew deeper, widening the already heated divide between those who saw Carrie Underwood's performance as a patriotic gesture and those who viewed it as a blatant endorsement of a polarizing political figure. But Joy Behar didn't stop at simple criticism. She made it personal. She outright accused Underwood of using her performance as a calculated political move, dismissing the idea that it had anything to do with unity. According to Behar, Underwood was completely disconnected from the values of everyday Americans, suggesting she had only aligned herself with a particular political base to keep her career afloat. And it wasn't just Behar. The rest of the exchange's panel joined in, accusing the country star of choosing fame over principles. But instead of retreating or issuing a carefully worded apology, like most celebrities might, Underwood did the unthinkable. She fought back. After a brief silence, she sent shockwaves through the industry by announcing a massive lawsuit against the show, claiming defamation. Underwood argued that their reckless remarks had severely damaged both her career and reputation. Legal analysts were stunned by the scale of her case, an $800 million defamation suit, nearly unheard of in the entertainment world. If she wins, it could set a precedent that forces major talk shows and networks to rethink how they discuss public figures. Her legal team isn't backing down either. They argue that Behar's statements weren't just personal opinions, but deliberate fabrications designed to ruin Underwood's image and spark public outrage. The lawsuit makes it clear. The exchange didn't just question her decision to perform, they portrayed her as a national disgrace, turning her own audience against her. Rather than acknowledging her as a performer taking part in a national event, they twisted the story, casting her as a figure working against the very ideals of the country. As news of the lawsuit spread like wildfire, the exchange found itself in serious trouble. Underwood supporters rallied in full force, flooding social media with hashtags like #JusticeForCallie and #StandWithCallie. Even some who disagreed with her politically began questioning whether the show had gone too far. Behind the scenes, chaos erupted. Insiders revealed that network executives were livid, placing the blame squarely on Bernard for turning a heated debate into a legal catastrophe. Whispers circulated that she was under immense pressure to issue an apology, but in her signature defiant style, she refused to budge. Instead of de-escalating the situation, Bernard stood her ground, unapologetically defending her remarks and asserting her right to voice her opinion. But with an $800 million lawsuit looming, speculation ran wild. Would the exchange be forced to overhaul its approach just to survive? Meanwhile, as the firestorm raged on, Underwood stood on the grand stage at a historic presidential inauguration, composed and unwavering. As she launched into her rendition of America the Beautiful, disaster struck. Her microphone went silent, the speakers crackled, and the audio team scrambled in panic. For most performers, it would have been a nightmare. But not Underwood. In a breathtaking display of composure, she pushed through, delivering a powerful a cappella version that left the audience in awe. The moment spread like wildfire online, even earning grudging respect from some of her harshest critics. But instead of giving her credit, the exchange struck again, ridiculing her once more. Bernard and her fellow hosts weren't finished yet. Rather than acknowledging Underwood's resilience, they chose to turn the technical mishap into another punchline. With a smirk, Bernard quipped that the microphone failure was a sign. Even fate itself wasn't interested in hearing Underwood perform. The remark ignited instant backlash. Fans were outraged, accusing the exchange of doubling down on their smear campaign, refusing to relent even while staring down a lawsuit. What had begun as a contentious debate had now escalated into something far more significant: a battle over media responsibility. But Underwood's lawsuit isn't just about protecting her own name. It's a challenge to the unchecked influence of major media platforms. By taking this stand, she's sending a clear message. Words have power, and even influential talk shows must answer for the narratives they push. The stakes? Monumental. A victory for Underwood could force networks like GBC to rein in their hosts, enforcing stricter guidelines for on-air commentary. Shows like The Exchange would no longer be able to throw out bold claims without scrutiny. But if she loses, it could set a chilling precedent, one where media personalities are free to launch unverified attacks against public figures without facing consequences. The case has ignited a fierce debate. Some argue that Bernard has a long history of making inflammatory remarks without accountability, and that this lawsuit might finally be the moment she faces the repercussions. Others see it as a dangerous challenge to free speech. So the question remains, does this mark a long overdue reckoning for media platforms? Or is it the beginning of something far more complicated? Supporters of free speech worry that if Underwood prevails, it could create a chilling effect, making journalists hesitant to critique public figures. But one thing is certain. This case extends far beyond Underwood and Bernard. It has the potential to reshape the media landscape, for better or worse. As the legal battle unfolds, the entertainment industry watches closely. Will this force the exchange to rethink its approach, or will it reinforce the belief that public figures must endure relentless scrutiny as a condition of fame? For Underwood, This fight isn't about money. It's about principle. It's about standing her ground and defending other artists who feel unfairly targeted by the press. If she wins, it could embolden more public figures to push back legally when they believe they've been defamed. Such a ruling could set a precedent, making talk shows and media outlets more cautious about their rhetoric, ensuring that public figures aren't subjected to reckless character attacks disguised as political discourse. But if the verdict swings the other way, it could further cement the idea that celebrities must tolerate even the most damaging statements as an unavoidable part of life in the spotlight. The controversy has exposed deep divisions, not just in politics, but in how the media treats those in the public eye. Some view Underwood's lawsuit as a necessary step toward accountability. Others fear it may weaken free speech, making it harder for journalists and commentators to express their opinions without legal repercussions. No matter the outcome, this case has already left its mark on the entertainment world. It has sparked heated discussions about journalistic responsibility, the boundaries of free speech, and the power struggle between the press and the people they report on. So, where do you stand? Is Underwood justified in taking legal action, or is this a dangerous blow to free expression? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this discussion intriguing, don't forget to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe for more content. More updates are on the way. See you in the next one.